When Levi Carter heard knocking at 9:47 p.m. during an Arizona dust storm, he expected a stranded traveler. What he got was Aurora Benali, a terrified Navajo widow running for her life. She'd witnessed a brutal murder on the reservation, and now hired killers were hunting her to silence the only witness. Levi offered her shelter for one night. By dawn, 3 armed men surrounded his house, claiming to be police but ready to kill. With his 6-year-old son sleeping in the back room and no help for miles, Levi had to make an impossible choice: send Aurora to her death or fight killers who had nothing to lose. Levi Carter heard the knock at 9:47 p.m., just as the dust storm began transforming the Arizona night into an impenetrable wall of red. He'd lived 15 miles outside Chinle for 3 years, close enough to the Navajo Nation boundary, but far enough for the isolation he'd needed after Sarah's death. "Daddy, someone's at the door," 6-year-old Theo called from the living room. Through the window, Levi saw a slight figure covered in dust, swaying. When he opened the door, she nearly collapsed. "Please, I need help. My car. The storm." Levi caught her. She was Navajo, probably early 30s, wearing jeans and a torn flannel shirt. Her hands were scratched and bleeding, but most striking were her eyes, wide with terror. "Come inside, quickly." He shut the door against the howling wind. "Theo, get water." The woman stood trembling, not from cold but from adrenaline crash. Levi recognized it from his years as an EMT in Phoenix. "My name's Levi. That's my son Theo. You're safe here." "My car broke down about 4 miles back. The storm came fast. I started walking, saw your lights." Her voice carried the distinctive accent of someone who'd grown up speaking Navajo first. "I'm Aurora Benali. You live on the res?" A pause. "Yes, near many farms." That was 40 miles northeast. She was far from home. "Let me clean those cuts. Then you can tell me what really happened, because nobody drives out here at night without a reason." Aurora's eyes met his. She was deciding whether to trust him. Finally, she nodded. After Theo went to bed, Aurora sat at Levi's kitchen table. The dust storm raged outside, rattling windows. "Thank you for letting me stay. You said your car broke down. Where were you heading?" "Flagstaff, the FBI field office." Levi set down his coffee slowly. "Why do you need the FBI?" "Because 3 days ago I witnessed a murder, and the people involved know I saw it." The words hung between them. Aurora's hands tightened around her mug. "I was hiking near Canyon de Chelly. I heard shouting and got curious. Stupid. There were 3 men in a ravine, 2 holding down another man. I recognized one, Raymond Tso, works for tribal housing. Then Raymond pulled out a gun and shot the man they were holding." Levi felt his stomach drop. "Did they see you?" "Not at first. I ran, but I dropped my water bottle. It has my name engraved on it. Raymond picked it up, looked right where I'd been standing." Jesus Christ. "I went to Navajo police in Chinle. Officer Isaac Nez took my report, said he'd investigate. 2 days later, someone shot through my windows, left a note. Witnesses don't live long. That's when I ran for Flagstaff. But my car overheated, the storm hit, and..." She looked at him. "I ended up here. I'm sorry I dragged you into this." Levi tried calling authorities, but the storm had knocked out connections. Every call dropped within seconds. "We'll try again in an hour." "They might already know I'm here," Aurora said nervously. "Raymond used to track for search and rescue. If they found my car, they could follow my footprints." Headlights appeared in the distance, 2 sets moving slowly through the storm toward his property. "Get away from the windows." Levi's voice was sharp. "Now!" Levi killed the living room lights. The vehicles stopped 50 yards from the house. 2 trucks. 3 figures emerged. Levi unlocked his safe and grabbed his hunting rifle and pistol. A knock came at the door. Loud, aggressive. "Levi Carter, Navajo police. We're looking for a woman." Aurora's face went white. "That's not Isaac's voice. That's Raymond." Another knock, harder. Mr. Carter, we know she's in there. Her tracks led to your door. We just want to talk. Daddy? Theo's small voice came from the hallway. What's happening? Go back to your room, Theo. Lock the door. Don't come out until I say. I'm calling the real police, Levi shouted through the door. Back off my property. Silence. Then, don't be stupid, Carter. Send the woman out and we leave. You and your boy stay safe. The threat was clear. Aurora appeared beside Levi. Let me go. I won't let them hurt you or Theo. Like hell. Levi grabbed the landline and dialed 911. Apache County Emergency Services. This is Levi Carter, 4527 Canyon Road. 3 armed men claiming to be police are trying to force entry. They're threatening me and my son. Units are dispatched. The line died. Through the window, Levi saw one of the men with bolt cutters near his utility box. He pulled out his emergency satellite phone and dialed Navajo Nation Police. Chinle District Police, Officer Nez speaking. Isaac Nez? My name's Levi Carter. I have Aurora Benally at my property, and 3 men claiming to be police are trying to break in. One might be Raymond So. Sharp intake of breath. Where exactly are you? Levi gave the address. How fast can you get here? 20 minutes. Barricade yourself. Don't engage unless you have to. We're coming. Outside, one man approached with a crowbar. The first impact sent splinters flying. I'm armed, Levi shouted. You break in, I shoot. That's Arizona law. Then you'll have 3 murder charges. Think about your son. But Levi was thinking about his son, about what these men would do if they got inside. The crowbar hit again. The door splintered. The door gave way on the 4th impact. Levi had repositioned behind the kitchen counter, rifle aimed. Stop right there. Raymond So stepped through, a big man, 6'2", holding a pistol loosely. Behind him, 2 other men. You're making a mistake, Carter. No. The mistake was threatening my family. We just want her. Evidence from a misunderstanding on tribal land. You mean the murder she witnessed? The man you shot in Canyon de Chelly? I already called the real police. They're on their way. Raymond's expression darkened. You're bluffing. Storm knocked out all the lines. Satellite phone still connected in my pocket. They can hear this conversation. Uncertainty crossed Raymond's face. Then they all heard it. Sirens. Lights appeared. Multiple vehicles cutting through the dust. Navajo police, drop your weapons, now! The standoff lasted 3 seconds before Raymond's companions dropped their guns. Raymond hesitated, then slowly set his pistol down. Within minutes, officers swarmed the property. Isaac Nez approached carefully. Mrs. Benally, you're safe now. Aurora emerged, tears streaming. You came. We've been trying to find you for 2 days. We've been investigating Raymond for months, drug trafficking through the reservation. Your testimony gives us the evidence to shut them down. Isaac's expression hardened as he looked at Raymond in handcuffs. Attempted murder of a witness, threatening a federal informant, breaking and entering. They're done. By dawn, the storm had passed. Statements were taken, evidence collected, Aurora's testimony formally recorded. She sat on Levi's porch as the sun rose, painting Monument Valley with red and gold. Levi joined her with coffee. Thank you, she said quietly. You risked everything. You would have done the same. I don't know if I would have. You had Theo to think about. That's exactly why I did it. I want him to grow up knowing that when someone needs help, you help, even when it's dangerous. Aurora smiled, the first real smile he'd seen. Your wife was lucky to have you. I was the lucky one. What will you do now? Testify. Make sure Raymond never hurts anyone again. After that, I'll go home, back to the res. It's where I belong. 6 months later, Raymond So and his associates were convicted on multiple federal charges. Aurora's testimony unlocked a massive investigation into drug trafficking and corruption. 3 other officials were arrested. Levi received a letter from Aurora with a hand-woven Navajo basket. Inside, you taught me that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's doing what's right despite it. Thank you for being brave when I needed it most." That night, tucking Theo into bed, his son asked, "Daddy, was that lady okay?" "She's okay, buddy. She's safe now." "Good. You were really brave." "So was she. Remember, sometimes the bravest thing is asking for help, and sometimes it's giving it." Levi thought about that night, about the knock on the door, about the choice to open it. A single night that had changed 2 lives, that had brought justice where there'd been corruption. Sometimes courage comes in unexpected moments. Sometimes it arrives at your door in a dust storm, terrified and bleeding. And sometimes all it takes is one person willing to say, "You're safe here." That's enough to change everything.